everybody's having a great day. Welcome to Danielle's Weekly Book Buzz. So today I wanted to come on and delve a little further into some of the new mid-season titles that I showed you last week. So last week I just went and showed you all the books briefly that I got from the new mid-season title release for fall 2020. But today I wanted to show you two of my favorites as well as the other books that are in the series with them. Okay, so the two that I'm going to show today are Santa Post and The Tale of the Valiant Ninja Frog. Okay, so and the books that are in their series. Okay, so Santa Post has two other books in the series. The Valiant Ninja Frog has one other book in the series. So, The Tale of the Valiant Ninja Frog, the book that came out right before it is The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears. Very long title, but I absolutely, this is such a good book. I can't recommend this enough. This one is really cute. It's about telling a story to your child at bedtime, and it's so true to life, in my opinion, that when you tell your kid a story, whether you're making up the story or you're telling them a story, they interrupt, they ask questions, they try to change things, they, like really cute, especially if you're making up a story. They're like, oh, how about this? How about this type of thing. So this is the first one, The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears. And it is a Kane Miller England, and it's $12.99. So really cute. Jamie and his dad are getting ready for bedtime. Jamie's dad is telling him a story. And he says, what kind of story shall we have tonight? A made-up one with a prince and a bear and a witch and more bears. All right, says Dad. Why not? So he comes up with this story, The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears by Jamie's dad. Okay? And as you can see here, whoops, there's all the characters from the first one are in the second one as well. So really exciting. So he's telling the story, and he says, in a far off kingdom where Jamie says, how far off? So then he's like, what? How far off was the kingdom? And Dad's got to think on the fly, is at the far, far away on the top of the highest mountain in the world, mount really, really tall. So, and then like different things happen. And so how did the prince get past the bears? He climbed down the cliffside where the bears couldn't reach, says Dad. So then Jamie goes, wow, with his horse as well? Yes, said Dad. He carried his horse on his back. So, like, really cute. And he's like, oh, change it to a princess. Change it to this. So it has all these characters. It has the princess, and it has the witch, and the witch is a ninja, and then it has the witch's little frog in there as well. But really cute story. Like he wants to save all the characters and everything. So really, really cute. Like highly recommend this one. So that's The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears. So when I found out they were coming out with the second one, I was so excited. So the second one is The Tale of the Valiant Ninja Frog. So we still have the prince and we have the princess, who's also a thief, as well as the witch and then her frog. So now this one is about telling a bedtime story, well, a story around the campfire. So Jamie and his dad are camping, and now he has a little sister. So his little sister's named Abby, and they're around the campfire, and they're telling us a story. Tell us a story, Dad. Yes, a story, said Abby. What kind of a story? One with a prince. And Abby, obviously, is into frogs. She's dressed like a frog. She has a frog stuffed animal. So she's all about the frog. So these are, so he tells a story, and all the characters are in it. And the frog doesn't have a very big part. Abby keeps asking, what about the frog? Is the frog there? Like, he's like, oh yeah, he's there. But he's like playing a little role, and Jamie's like, yeah, he's little. He can't really help out. But there's an ogre, and they have to save the village and everything. But Abby really wants there to be the frog to play a big role. So then the frog becomes a ninja, And they're like, what can the frog do? And they're like, oh, he can just be the lookout. But Abby makes sure that the frog saves the day. So really, really cute. So love this one. It's also a Kane Miller England, and it is $12.99. So you don't have to read the first one in order to read the second one, but I love them both so much that I highly recommend that you definitely read both of them. So really cute. Next, we have what I think is probably my favorite series. First one was Dragon Post, then came Beast Feast, and now we finally have a Christmas one, which is Santa Post. Okay, so Dragon Post was the original. It's about a little boy who finds a dragon and he has to take care of him in his house. So he writes to all different places and people to see how to best take care of the dragon. And this one has little letters that you pull out. So they actually do come out and you have to put them back. The rest of the series, the other two books, all of the stuff stays in the book, doesn't come out. Okay, so he writes to the fire brigade and they write back, and there's a lot of puns and it's really, really cute. When he tries to figure out what to do to best take care of the dragon. He's got to keep him cool so he doesn't burn down the house. What should he feed him? He writes to a butcher. The butcher writes back and wants to eat the dragon, but he gives him some suggestions as well. But really, really adorable. And there's 5 letters to open in this one. The next is Beast Feast. And this one is about Beast, who caught dinner, this little boy's dinner, and he wants to share dinner with all of his friends. So he invites them to a Beast Feast. And he starts getting replies. And all the different beasts reply, and they have requests. One wants him slimy, one wants him plump, one wants him salty. So the beast is trying to do all different things to get him plump and salty. And dinner gives suggestions to make it more bearable for himself. So instead of putrid swill, he suggests chocolate cake. Instead of just putting salt on him, he suggests swimming in the sea. And then they start to become friends. So Beast doesn't really want to eat him for dinner. But I'm not going to give up the ending, but it's really, really cute. Okay, and then finally, they just came out with Santa Post. So Santa Post is so cute. It has 5 Christmas surprises to open. So they're not all letters. They all have a letter with them, but they're not all letters. There's like items as well. Okay, so really, really adorable. There were only 5 sleeps until Christmas when whoosh, something fell down Santa's chimney. So there's a letter in his chimney and it got in the fire. It was some very late Santa Post. Who could it be from? Santa pulled it out and opened it up. So it's for Santa, with his address. To Santa, hello and hooray. It is almost Christmas again. Hope you have had a most wonderful year full of jingles and bells. Could I please have for Christmas? It's what I want for Christmas most in the whole world. Love, Amy. P.S. My house is the one with the blue door. Oh no. And when I read this with my kids, they were like, oh no. so cute. But the part about what she wants for Christmas got burnt when it fell into the fire. So now Santa has to try to figure out what to get Amy, and it's the thing she wants most in the world. So he really wants to deliver. So he writes to the elves to see if they have any suggestions, and they come back with the little letter, and this is all they had left because it's so close to Christmas. And then he writes to a polar bear, and then he writes to the reindeer, and they all write back giving suggestions, but they're mostly things that they would want, not necessarily what Amy would want. So Santa has to figure out what he's going to do. But really, really cute. So this is Santa Post. So all 3 of the books in the series are Kane Miller England, and they're $14.99. So excited about these ones. Hope you guys are as excited as I am about them. They can all be found on my website, which is daniellebookbuzz.com. And let me know if you have any questions. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.